What up, y'all?
What's up,
It's
guys?
Nadertron. I keep looking at the screen instead of the
Nadertron.
camera.
Yeah,
Nadertron from Nadertron's World, and today I'm here with Big B Lev for the
Big B Live,
podcast.
as usual.
Yeah,
This is our first not live episode.
yeah. This is probably going to be a little more awkward.
Yeah, it's gonna
Um,
be a little bit more weird. Maybe.
After a few episodes, we'll get the hang of it,
Yeah,
but this one probably not so much.
yeah. It doesn't help that this dude's been awake for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I also had 5 hours of sleep, and
Yeah,
it's 10 a.m. So,
good day.
uh,
That's bad for you.
yeah, well, Also, we're missing our behind the scenes guy. He's at college right now.
Yeah, so we're kind of
Lamo is gonna go do his life and stuff. So
right. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. But that just means that we have control of the camera this time, which
yeah.
is a good thing. Uh,
Supposedly, maybe, perhaps. So, for those of you who don't know, who are watching, which I doubt the people that I haven't told would be watching this because in a they are from a previous generation and do not use YouTube very much.
I see. I see.
Most of the people that I haven't told, but I have enlisted with the Army National Guard, and I'm going to MEPS, which is
Yeah.
medical, emotional, physical, and
Saturation.
social.
They're gonna saturate you.
I don't know what the abbreviation
I,
is,
I have no
but
idea.
I'm gonna go take the ASVAB. I'm gonna do all the physical tests. They do a personality test now. I'm going to do a
Okay.
personality test and a few other type of things, and that's kind of what I've decided is the next step in life for me. And
Tell me about why.
why?
Yeah. About
Well,
that boss of yours.
that oof. I will
Yeah.
not be stating any names.
No, no, that's
No
not
names.
good.
Nobody's gonna know
No
who this
company
person
names,
was.
no
No
name
company names.
names.
But I was working as a mechanic in a small little shop, small little mom pop shop in the middle of bumfuck Arkansas, as you guys know. And
Yeah, brother.
I went and I talked to my boss, and he was not very receptive about what I had decided to do with my life.
What he was thinking about. Because at this time you hadn't decided, right?
Right, what I was thinking about. And I am a very honest guy. I try to be honest as I can, usually. So if something big coming up that's going to affect my life like that, I felt that it was my responsibility to let my boss know
Mm-hmm.
because it's going to affect my work schedule.
And is that something you would have done if it was like a bigger shop,
Yeah,
like a
absolutely.
big
Absolutely.
company?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because it doesn't just affect the
Right.
company; it affects the people
Yeah.
in the
Now,
company.
I did not particularly enjoy working for this person anymore.
Yeah.
So I told him that I was thinking about a career change, and I told him that I don't know if it's really working out here too well. My main reason for leaving this shop, for those of you who know, uh, they're in the mechanic industry. They have a different pay structure. It's
Yeah.
called flat rate,
Right.
right? So you are in the shop, and if you are working on a job, you get paid for it.
Right.
And some entity out in the spaces of nothingness decided that some jobs take a certain amount of time,
Yeah.
right? And in a shop, if you go over that amount of time, you're not making money anymore, right? For the owner, for the tech. So
So what happens if you go under that amount of time? Are you still
you
gonna
get
make the?
paid for the whole amount of time. Like,
That's not very likely though.
I mean, I was just doing oil changes.
Yeah.
If it was a normal oil change without this guy's
Crazy specifics.
crazy
The
specifics.
trucks you were working on, you said they were
Yeah, we were
pretty
working on a
rough.
big construction company's trucks, and they were in pretty bad shape. And you know, I I decided because we were doing, so I was going to be a loop tech.
Yeah.
For people who don't know, that means I was doing oil changes, doing tire rotates, and he was going to maybe start to let me do some kind of brake works, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we were only getting like 2 to 3 oil changes a day, and he would pay for an oil change and a tire rotate. He would pay an hour,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And when I was hourly there, I was getting paid $15 an hour, which is still not much.
Right.
That's probably
Yeah.
about what your average McDonald's employee in the state of Arkansas makes.
Mhm.
You know?
And I mean, this was a rush job. You know,
Yeah.
you were
I had been there for a month,
right. You were
right?
looking for something pretty desperately at the time when you started working
That's true. I went from one big job. It took me a couple of days. A friend went out on a limb to help me get this job.
there. Yeah.
So I was trying to stick it out for as long as I could.
That sucks. That always
Yeah.
sucks.
But the only way I could make enough money and be there all day, not being able to look for other jobs, not being able to do anything on the side, not making any type of other money for myself, be if he paid me like $50 an hour.
Right. Because it's also far, right?
And it's like a 15-20 minute drive.
Oh,
It's
that's
not that far. It's really not that bad. But I don't know what he was going to change my pay to. But if he wasn't going to change my pay, that's $30 a day for 2 oil changes at $15 an hour. And I would be there
for
wasting my time. I would be there the entire 9 hours a day because I'd take an hour lunch and I'd still be there for 8 hours.
Yeah.
And that was a waste of my time, a waste of his time.
8 hours a day.
Yeah. A waste of everybody's time.
Just to sit there.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was going to start to let me do bigger things, but he wasn't training me how to do those things when I was an hourly employee.
Right.
So I would have just been doing those things for practically free.
Right.
Because,
Yeesh.
yeah. So it wasn't working out financially. And I went, and he wanted me to talk to him about it. He kind of wanted me to update him where my head was at after that month. You know?
Okay. Sorry, I'm just making sure they can hear me from back here.
Right. So I went, and I wanted to talk to him about where my head was at.
Right.
And in a shop, you don't really do a 2 weeks.
You just gotta leave.
Yeah. So, when you put in your 2 weeks, everybody knows you don't really want to be there. You're not going to be working as efficiently as if you had planned to keep this job.
Yeah.
So most
you're working like you're about to leave.
Right. Most shops.
What are they going to do? Fire you if you do a bad job?
Yeah. So most shops would rather just have someone else doing that work.
Right.
And he asked me when I wanted my last day to be, and I said, well, I would like it to be today because I needed time to find another job. I needed time to go out and do interviews, to put in applications. And
you can't do that when you're spending 9 hours of work.
Right. And
every day.
Yeah. And 2 weeks of flat rate pay was going to kill me. Like I wasn't going to make any money.
Yeah. Because that was like the next week that you were going to start flat rate, right?
Yeah. Yep. And
flat rate's not good. It's not.
It can be good if you know what you're doing and you're good at it. You can make a lot of money.
And your shop has a lot of business.
Right.
It could not even be your fault. There could be the best mechanic in the world working at a shop, and
there just wasn't the quantity.
Right. Yeah.
And
what they had 4 other mechanics, right?
When I left, they had 2 other mechanics.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
But there was only 3 bays, anyways.
Oh well, I mean, okay.
Right. And he didn't take that very well. He told me basically get my shit and get gone. And he kind of exploded on me. He told me I was a waste of time, a waste of money. Basically said I was a waste of space. And so for those of you who know, I recently purchased my own toolbox. And, a shop isn't responsible for a toolbox.
Or the tools,
in a sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
In a sense, they are. But when you leave a shop, you take your toolbox with you. Because, anywhere you're... Yeah, it's your toolbox. And it's a big toolbox. I need a trailer. I don't have a trailer. I need a truck. My truck doesn't have a tow hitch.
Yeah.
So I went outside. I sat in my truck, and I figured that out. Found a truck and a trailer. And I went back inside, and I let my boss know. And he said, well, you better get your shit and get out, or he's going to push my $3,000 toolbox and all of my tools, which I need for my career, out into the road and leave it there. is what he said. And I would have had a lot of problems if that were to happen. And so
Yeah.
would he, because I would probably sue the fuck out of him. To be
Yeah, I
honest.
mean that's fair, and then you wouldn't have to work for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
But I don't want to do that because it's a friend's relative,
Yeah.
and that's just messed up.
Well, I mean, what he did to you was a little messed up.
Yes. Yeah.
Being all
That's true.
aggressive and basically calling you a waste of space. Like,
Yeah. So.
he was mad. I get it, but like, a little much.
Right.
All he did was quit.
Yeah. And that's kind of the vibe the whole time I was there. Not the whole time. At first, it was cool. I liked it. I liked the people that I worked with. And then boss kind of started showing his true colors, you know? So I got out of there.
So you saw this happening before it even happened.
Kind of. He just, he started to kind of show his ass, you know?
Yeah.
The way most assholes do. It's kind of
Yeah.
hard for them to keep that in check, usually.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, eventually, when you get a job and
Yeah.
you've been working there for a while, sometimes you start to kind of feel stuck. Like,
Yeah.
it's easier to stay at a job than it is to look at your other options.
That's true.
So sometimes they take advantage of that. They become an asshole later on. You know,
Right.
I had a lot of a lot of people like that. Usually, so I've quit a lot of jobs.
It's true.
I think I've had 8 jobs, and I'm 19 years old. Um, I don't deal with authority figures very well, and that's my fault. That's something I
Wonder
need to
where
work
that
on.
came from.
Well, no idea. But anyways, so I've had a lot of bad bosses,
Yeah.
and usually they don't show their hand right away. And
That's
if they
true.
do, the company probably fires them after a while because,
You can't really fire the owner of a business. So.
right? Yeah, in your case, it's you just kind of move on and
Yeah.
go find something else.
So,
But
and I moved on. I made a pretty big life decision,
yeah,
and I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really good for me.
that does mean less time for the podcast.
That's true. I will be
And-
taking a big break from the podcast.
And I'll tell you something. If our podcast blows up, and we start making real money doing this, I don't think he's gonna keep on making that decision. He's gonna.
Well,
go.
so
I mean,
I probably will, because the National Guard, the way it works,
I mean-
I don't have to work for them.
right? 2 days in a month or whatever.
Yeah, like a weekend in a month. That's really all that I'm required to do, and I'll
Right.
still get paid
That's $400 a month.
$300.
$300
Yeah.
a month.
I'll still get paid
pretty
for
good.
it. I'll still get the good benefits that come from working for the government. You know?
Right.
So
But then, like, if they need you, you got to go.
that's true.
You're the first to go, and then after all those people go,
Not
then
the
they do
first,
the draft.
but-
Well, then you're not like the first would be like the people that are already out. Stuff
Yeah,
like that.
and then the reserves,
right. Yeah.
and it's the whole reason the reserves exist is so that they can be taken to active duty.
Mm-hmm.
The National Guard is a little different
Right.
because it's more of a state thing, really.
Right. So you're more to protect the homeland. You know?
Right. And it's the Arkansas National Guard, so it's more geared towards helping and protecting Arkansas
Right.
than the.
I mean, you're
rest
not going to
of
be
the-
too far.
Yeah.
Too. If you do end up doing something. you
Right.
know?
And there are, like, I can go far. I can,
Yeah.
like, I can get deployed to California for a year.
It seems like the easiest way to get into the military and just kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Um,
And
a lot of times, the certain positions that you can take in the military kind of get you stuck in those positions.
it
so-
really depends on what you score on your ASVAB. If you score,
Yeah.
if you score over a 50, they give you a list, and you get to pick.
Right.
If you score less than that, then they give you like 3 options, and you get to pick from that.
So if you're dumb as rock,
If you're done with rocks and you're going to be in the military, just join the Marines.
fair enough. Yeah, I mean they have a reputation. They are the crown eaters, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not in the military. Uh, so I mean, I've heard of those things. They just kind of
Right.
sound dumb to me though, because like
Yeah,
that's
there's
so
so
specific.
stereotypes aren't always true,
Yeah,
but they usually exist for a reason.
yeah. I mean, you know. All right. Anyways, so we're supposed to be nerding out this episode,
Yes,
but we wanted to drop that little tidbit because
because I will be gone.
yeah.
I will be doing basic
Um.
training and technical school for the Army Guard, and I'll be gone for about 12 weeks, which is
Well,
3 months.
when does that start again?
February,
February.
sometime in
Okay.
February, if I
So
make it through this round of MEPS.
yeah, I mean that's for a while. We got a while before then, but
Yeah.
I'll decide what we're gonna do with the podcast. I might do like a solo interviewing style with guests for a little bit while he's gone. Um, I've been thinking about some ways I could spice it up, but I mean the podcast is kind of me and him,
Right.
with doing other things. So we might just do a break for a few months, which it depends on. It really mostly depends on how many views we're getting, because if we're getting like a bunch of views, and I don't want to disappoint you guys. So,
Right.
but if we're still down in the hundreds, I might just
Yeah. And
you
there
know
there could be times where I have access to a computer when I have some downtime. I might be
yeah,
able to like pop in on like a Discord call or something.
that would be pretty sweet.
You know.
I mean, it's basic training.
Yeah.
Probably the most technology that you're gonna have access to
Well, you can
is
like check your emails. On there's certain days
yeah,
where you can like get mail and
yeah.
check emails and
Well, I
stuff.
have my cousin went and my brother-in-law went. Um,
Only one of them made it through though, right?
neither of them made it through.
No, yeah, okay.
Basic is not for certain people, and
It's not for everybody.
it's not about weakness. It's not about anything like that. It's just some people just can't do it. Some
Yeah.
people need to do something else with their life, and I think doing it made them both realize that, and I'm
Right.
glad for them because it's not for either of them. Neither of them should have been doing it. Both of them are so much more useful in other ways. Um, I'm not gonna like beat him up or anything, but I really think that
I mean, it's not for everybody.
no, it's
Not
not for
everybody's
everybody.
gonna make it
Yeah,
through, and it might not be for me. I don't know.
you could get in there and realize, hey, this sucks. I mean, a lot of people have a
Well,
problem with the way that they
training,
talk to you.
basic training is gonna suck.
Oh yeah, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
But once you get through that, it's gonna be a lot easier for you, anyways,
Yeah.
because the position that you have. But for some people, it's slightly easier.
Yeah.
Some of the positions are a little rough. I know, like especially like submarine workers.
Well,
They're on those submarines for weeks on end.
I'm not joining the Navy.
No, that's
I don't want to be in the Navy.
but I mean, just imagine that's what they have to go through. They have to sit there in that scenario. Not exactly basic because it's a little more aggressive and a little more like specific to the person in basic. But I mean, they're essentially sitting there being degraded for like months on end.
Well, yeah. So the whole point is to break you down.
Yeah.
And build you back up as a soldier.
Which psychologically, that could be very valuable.
Yeah.
Right? Because then
For some people, it really. I think for me, it'll really help me out with a lot of things that I struggle with personally, like motivation,
Right.
and just figuring out how to put effort into things.
Yeah. For me, when I think about breaking somebody down and building them back up in your way, essentially, it makes me feel like people with problems with motivation and stuff like that are probably going to get hurt more doing that.
True, though it'll probably be harder, but I
Right.
think in the long run, it will be better for you.
And I hope that's true for you.
I think it will be.
And I hope that's true for the majority of people that go at the very least.
Yeah.
But I just think that if you're struggling with mental health and you are already defensive of your mental health,
Mhm.
and then you go to the basic without even realizing it sometimes.
You
You can-
cannot hit your drill instructor.
Oh my god. Don't hit your drill instructor. Just
Everybody,
leave. Just
all the
leave.
people who are like, "Oh, I didn't go because I know I'd go off and I'd hit one of those dudes in the face."
You're either lying or
Or you're just making an excuse.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I do know some crash outs that would totally.
Don't say crash out. We're not 12. We're
I
not
mean,
in,
I'm
we're not in
just
high school
saying,
anymore.
Okay, listen, listen. That's just the only word that I could think of. Okay, but I do know some people that would totally actually do that, and those type of people usually
Those type
aren't
of
the
people are
person.
not for the military.
And those type of people are usually not the people that would say that.
Yeah.
The people that say that they're going to do that, the people that would do that, are usually not
Yeah.
one and the same.
Right.
Yeah. Um.
For me, I think it's pretty easy to just not hit people. Sometimes it's not.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
I mean,
you know,
you've had anger issues before, and
yeah,
you've dealt with them.
I've dealt with it.
Yeah.
I think that kind of gives me a leg up in
Right,
that type of, because when I was younger, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, I
he
know.
was kind of a victim of that a lot of the time. But
yeah, you remember that one time you ripped my hoodie
I
off
did
and slapped
rip
me
a
in the
hoodie.
face?
I did rip a hoodie off of him. He stole my spot on the couch, and he was being an asshole.
I
about
also
it.
did just beat him in a video game. What were you playing?
Those were different days.
Were they different days?
Yeah,
I don't remember. They run together
different
sometimes.
days.
You did it a lot. It was I'm very like before rage baiting. I mean, it was always a thing, but
Nate
before
has
it really
been a
had
rage
name,
baiter since he was like 6 years old.
I love talking smack, and back then I was a kid, so I didn't know
He didn't
when
have
to stop.
he did yeah he didn't have very good ideas of boundaries.
Right.
And I didn't know how to set boundaries.
Yeah. I mean, it's
So
it's
when
mostly my fault, but it's
when
it's
I
both
got
of our
mad,
faults.
I would rip a hoodie off of him completely by accident. And
That
hold on,
was that
can-
was the only time that happened.
Can we talk about
That was like
first
the worst
of all kind of the quality of that hoodie?
I mean, you were like
I was like 14.
14.
There's no I should not have been able to rip a hoodie off of your body.
Literally, like I remember.
I was trying to
ripped
lift
it.
him out of the seat so I could
Get
tuck
out
it
of my
back,
seat. Yeah, I remember that.
and the hoodie just tore.
And then I was sitting there like
And I felt really bad.
on the seams on the side. It was like
Yeah.
so the front of the hoodie. I was sitting there like
Because I grabbed him like by his collar right
Yeah.
here, like that,
yeah.
like this, and I just kind of yanked
Oh
on him,
yeah.
and it just
It's a good hoodie too. I don't even remember what it was.
clearly it
actually.
wasn't a good hoodie.
It wasn't. It was.
If a
comfortable,
14-year-old can rip it off of you, I don't think it's that good of a hoodie
I don't know. I think you were pretty strong
for a 14-year-old.
for a 14-year-old. Yeah, I mean, I think you
Maybe. I saw red, man.
But I
saw
mean,
red.
even if you were strong for a 14-year-old, you're gonna be like 16-year-old strength,
Right.
maybe 17, and that's
Yeah.
pushing it. I mean, you were like a foot and a half shorter and like 100 pounds lighter.
Oh, well,
Well,
I've been pretty hefty for a while.
yeah, I'm kind of growing into it.
I've grown into it now, but before, I did not.
Yeah,
When I was 14, I was like 5'6", and like at least 220.
and I don't think kids should be worried about keeping themselves.
They should not.
I mean,
If you're 14,
if you're
and you would-
obese,
listen,
now,
if it's a health issue, then maybe you should get that looked at.
yeah,
But if it's not actually affecting your physical being or health,
right.
it doesn't matter. You're a kid.
It's usually a choice, and I think for kids,
Well,
sometimes it's a choice.
I
I think
don't know about that one.
it's not like a choice. It's one of
You-
those choices that you don't actively make. It's one of those choices that you like.
It can stem from a lot of things.
Yeah,
Personally, I ate a lot because I didn't always have access
yeah.
to a lot of food growing
That's a
up.
trauma response.
Right.
Yeah,
And you've met both of my parents.
yeah.
You've met people on both sides of my family.
Mm-hmm.
We're all just a little bit bigger people.
Hi, your parents.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's Yeah.
It's just
I've met your Uncle Clint and your Uncle Cletus.
yeah.
I mean, they're not like
They're not obese.
they're Fluffy Iglesias. He was like there's like so many different stages, right?
Right.
They're not like damn. They're just a
No,
little fluffy.
They're just they're just not small people.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, we're not small people either.
I mean, it's a big frame, so
Yeah.
you gotta
That's what
build
I'm
on
saying.
it. Yeah.
I have had a big frame
Yeah.
since I was like 12.
Right.
I was about this wide in middle school.
You're just
Yeah.
like Wolverine.
Right. Yeah. Not so much.
No, but like the wideness.
Yeah.
Not the more like.
Yeah. More
Okay.
like that.
We're still off topic.
We are very off topic. That's
This
true.
episode is nerd out. That's
Speaking of Wolverine,
speaking of yeah.
kind
Speaking
of brought
of
us back
Wolverine.
around.
So
If you couldn't tell, we are both nerds.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I know I don't really look super nerdy at the moment. I am wearing a flannel jacket.
We're different kind of nerds.
We are different kind of nerds.
But
that's true.
They kind of us nerds kind of coexist.
That's true.
You know, we
wouldn't-
can appreciate each
You
other.
wouldn't be able to tell just by looking at me, but I have had a college level reading since 3rd grade,
Yeah.
and throughout middle school I would read like 2 to 3 different book series at a time,
Yeah.
and
At a time. And
Yep.
you were just able to keep up with that.
Yep.
That's weird.
and
You're weird.
I would read a book every single day for at least like 2 to 3 hours a day.
Right.
I literally got in trouble in school for reading.
I
instead of doing my work.
actually also got in trouble for reading in school. I was in math class. The math teachers always if you're a reader at home, I recommend either
listen,
not
I have a
reading in
story
math
about this.
class or just not caring what the teachers think.
I have a
'Cause
story
If
about
you're in
this,
between
actually.
there, you're screwed.
Right. So, 5th grade.
Uh-huh.
Right. 5th grade was a weird year for me.
Yeah.
So the way that we do it in Arkansas, in the city that we live in at least, 5th grade is the first year of middle school, right? And we live in a
Yeah.
big town with small town syndrome, unfortunately,
Yeah.
if that makes sense, if you
Yeah.
know what that means. And big town. Medium town.
There's a lot of people.
There's a lot of people. But it hasn't always been like that.
No.
So when I was in
It's kind of
elementary
new.
school,
It's growing. growing town.
it's growing super quickly. It is actually the 54th fastest growing city in America.
City. Okay.
Yeah. We are
That's
now officially a city.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I learned that fact in a Chamber of Commerce meeting dinner.
Really.
Which it's odd that I was there, but I was there.
Okay. I mean, that's like, why?
So
Never
yeah,
mind. I don't
no,
care.
let me get back to the anyways, 5th grade, right?
Yeah.
So I came from a very small elementary school, the smallest in our town, and I grew up on the poorer side of our town.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew everybody in my elementary school, and I had known them for a long time because I went there from kindergarten to 4th grade. That's 5 years.
5 years, and those are formative years.
Yeah, those are very formative developmental years. So
Right.
your memories there kind of stick. And I had been going to school with the same people my whole life. And then I go to 5th grade, and the way that we do it here in this town, 2 elementary schools go to 1 middle school.
Yeah.
So when you go to middle school, it basically doubles the amount of kids that you're there with.
Doubles, unless you're going with a bigger school.
Right, and then it could be more.
Triples.
Right.
You know? You're not going to find your friends very easily.
Yeah, and I didn't have any classes with any of my friends, so I kind of dove deeper into books.
Yeah.
I didn't have friends.
Books were your friends.
Right, books were my friends. And in math class, particularly, this was still in the age where this was before my ADHD burnout, so I was still like gifted and in the talented classes.
Oh God, yeah, you were one of those. You were mature for your age.
Yeah, I was mature for my age, and I was in the gifted and talented class.
For those of you that don't know, that's a bad thing, and not for the kid.
It's usually a sign of trauma or autism or a little mix of both.
Right. If your kid is mature for their age, they're usually progressing too fast, and that's a problem.
Usually, adults say that you got an old soul or you're mature for your
I hate that
age
stuff.
when they just find you really fucking weird.
Right. like you're a weird kid.
If a kid is 5th grade, that's what, 10, 11?
Yeah.
If you've got a 10-year-old just sitting in a corner reading a book, instead of getting up and playing tag or running around.
Right.
And they're like having like deep for a 10-year-old conversation with you. If they're like asking you about how your job's going or how your kids are,
Yo,
that's weird.
How's the kids, Margaret?
Right,
the
and
kids
that's
going?
the
Yeah,
type of shit that I did when I was 10.
Oh, you weirdo.
Yeah,
I don't know
exactly.
any 10-year-olds. I do know a 9-year-old.
And he is not like that.
Kids nowadays, I feel like, and I'm gonna say this,
Brain rot, guys.
kids nowadays are different than we were kids.
I was not a tablet kid. This dude over here, he had access to the internet and
you
devices.
didn't have a chance to be a tablet kid.
I know, I didn't. I was outside. I was raised like how the millennials always talk about being raised. You know,
just gonna
I was
out whatever you
outside. I was
want.
eating dirt. I was playing
Yeah.
with sticks. I was making mud pies and cow pies out in the field.
That's probably because you were raised by your grandma.
I was raised by my grandma. She did an amazing job. She did the best she could.
Yeah.
And I love her to death. But we didn't have internet.
Yeah. Which
I didn't get internet till I was.
That isn't necessarily a problem.
No, it's not.
It sucks because
Right.
I mean you want internet. You want to play video games.
I didn't even know what a
Especially
video
nowadays.
game was.
I mean, you had some video
I had
games.
some idea. I had a flip phone that I could play Snake
You
and
had a
Tetris
phone?
on. I had to buy. We had to buy minutes.
Oh man,
Nobody in our generation
that's
has
like
really ever experienced that. But my Mimi had to go out and buy minutes for us if we wanted to call her.
wow.
Right.
That's like full on millennial cool right there.
Yes.
Like a portion of your life you were a millennial.
Exactly.
I mean,
So I do not
Wow.
have the level of brain rot like people our age do. Like you do.
listen. Okay, I do have. I mean, you know,
I didn't grow up
in
playing
our day,
Roblox.
brain rot was different, right? It was
yeah.
actually entertaining, and I'm sure for the kids at home,
We were kind of
no kids are watching this, but if you just so happen to have kids and you understand the sentiment, the kids at home, they do find it funny somehow. They find entertainment in it, right? They find entertainment in the AI Italy
The
brain
Italian
rot.
brain rot.
Yeah, I don't
Did you just say Italy?
Italy
Oh, okay.
Italian.
We were kind of the tail end of the Vine generation, if
Which-
that tells you anything.
Which is, I mean, I like Vine.
Yeah, Vine was great.
Vine
That's
was
good
great.
brain rot.
That's good brain rot.
But I didn't even experience that growing up.
I was watching Vine like compilations because Vine was already gone by the time I was
Yeah.
here, but it was still funny and it was still around,
Right.
and people were posting that kind of stuff on YouTube too.
Yeah.
Because
And I didn't have that growing
Yeah.
up. I had an original Xbox. I had like
Xbox.
3 games. I played Halo 2.
I remember that.
I had played Halo 2 religiously. 'Cause
Dude,
that's
I
the only
remember-
game I had.
I remember I went to your house and I was so bored.
Right. 'Cause
Until
he was already there.
Right, and I was an adventurous kid too. I wasn't like, I mean,
When
did
you
this-
came over to my house, we would go explore the woods.
yeah, and this is not like woods that
No, this
his
is not
grandma
woods that.
owns. This is just
No.
near. This is like
There
private
was,
property.
So there was an old man
yeah.
who has now passed away.
Oh,
I don't know his real name. Everybody called him Horsefly.
Horsefly. Yeah, I remember that.
And he owned everything out there. He owned all
Except
of the woods.
for the
He-
houses.
Except, well, he even owned some of the houses.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, yeah.
He used to own half the street that we lived on. And then one of the older guys that lived on my road bought that half. And my great-grandpa bought the other half.
Mhm.
So the woods out there, though, were still owned by Horsefly. And there was, I can tell a lot of stories about exploring those woods and interactions with Horsefly, like the time he threatened us with a shotgun, or the other
Hey,
time.
if you want to hear about all those stories,
another podcast episode,
maybe we could do another episode of.
but this
and-
episode is about nerding out.
Right. Yeah.
And where was I? Right, talking about growing up. So
Growing up,
in fifth
yeah.
grade,
Sorry.
yeah,
Sorry.
in 5th grade, books were my friend,
Yeah.
and I was good at math.
Yeah.
So I felt like I didn't need to participate in class because I could just do my tests.
Yeah.
and
Your
pass.
work was already done.
Right. So I would be in my 5th grade math class. I would be reading my book in the back of the class instead of doing my work and
Yeah.
participating because I
Right.
didn't need to. It
Yeah.
wasn't necessary at the time.
Mhm.
So this math teacher, one day, she came back there. I was reading my book while I was supposed to be doing my homework. My homework was already done. it was sitting on the desk next to me because nobody
Mhm.
sat there, so I just kind of used it as a catch-all. And
Yeah.
I was sitting there reading my book. I remember this very vividly. I was reading the second book series in the Percy Jackson universe called House of Olympus.
Yeah.
I was on the third book. I was reading that.
You was loving on that shit too.
I was, oh, dude,
Ooh,
I am
this
such a
book is
huge
so fun.
fucking
This-
nerd.
this-
That
this
book
book
was
is
like
so
this
good.
fucking thick for the camera. You can't really see my fingers. It was like that fucking thick in 5th grade.
Yeah.
And this math teacher, she comes over and she tries, if you're a reader, you know this, you got to put a bookmark in there. Like, you can't close your book. I sometimes could remember my page.
You're
But
not
this-
looking at the page numbers. You're reading
Right,
the
you're
book.
reading the book.
Yeah.
This math teacher, she comes over, slams my book closed,
Ooh.
and tries to take it from me, from
Ooh.
my hands.
And that was it a library book or was it yours?
It was a library book,
Okay.
school library book. And
It's
I wasn't.
definitely still bad.
She grabbed that.
It's not as
She
bad.
grabbed that. I read with two hands, like this.
Yeah.
I was reading on my desk. I was holding my book like this. My left hand, I wasn't holding it secure as much because I was at the beginning of the book. There was
Right.
less pages on the left hand side.
You don't
So
want
she
to
was
look at
able
the
to
page.
she was able to close the book. My thumb was in the book, saving my spot.
Thankfully.
And then I realized what was happening.
Yeah.
And this
It happened all fast.
this lady was trying to yank the book out of my hand. I was not going to let that happen.
Yeah.
So we were playing tug of war with this library book in the back of our classroom, and I yanked it out of her hand. She lost tug of war, by the way, to fifth grade me, which is crazy.
She probably gave up a little bit.
Probably, but she was also probably in her 50s.
Giving her the benefit of the doubt. I mean,
I will
she
give her the
probably-
benefit of the doubt,
She probably thought it was going to be a lot easier than it was. So
but
she-
I was not making that easy. So I yanked that book from her. She kind of
give me that.
stumbled a little bit,
oh,
so she
snap.
was still trying.
Yeah.
Maybe she gave up, but not. She did not give up all the way.
Right.
And when that happened, after I got the book back, I kind of realized what was going on. So I put
You're
my
like, oh,
bookmark.
snap.
I put my bookmark in the book, and I set it on my table, and I said, "I'm sorry," because she stumbled. I thought she was gonna fall, and then she freaked out. She was
I mean, at
yelling
least
at
you
me.
bet,
She
but-
told me to go up to the principal's office. I got 3
What?
days. I got 3 days of ISS for that.
Really?
Yes. And you want to know what I did all 3 of those days of ISS?
You read
I
a
sat
book.
in my desk, didn't do a single thing of work, and I read my book for
Oh my
7
God.
hours
Oh my god.
each of those 3 days. I
7
finished the rest of that
hours.
book in those 3 days of ISS.
How did you?
It was great.
What did you do after you finished it?
I got the next book in the series.
Oh, you just went to the library?
No. So I remember now. This specific series, my English teacher in 5th grade, she was great. I loved her. She
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah.
She also loved these books, and she owned the whole series, and she had it in her personal library in the classroom.
Okay. So you rented it from her?
Yeah.
Or not rented it, but
Right. And she was kind of mad when I told her about this
yeah.
because,
Which, fair enough.
Yeah.
Why would she do
if
that?
you're a book person, you know, like books are a cherished thing. You don't manhandle a book.
Yeah. I mean that's knowledge right there,
It's
right?
knowledge.
That's better than my Lamborghini. You know. You remember that?
This is the
OG
type of brain
Vanos
rot.
Gaming.
OG brain rot, right? Here.
Oh my god, dude! That and like ASDF. That was
See, I don't even know what the fuck that is.
that was the you don't remember? Yo, look, a pie. What flavor? Pie flavor.
Yeah, I don't know what that is
You know-
at all. I have no clue what that is.
Okay.
No,
Now I just
don't
look
know
dumb
what that
because
is.
that's really dumb. But like that's
That is
hilarious.
really dumb.
Pie flavor, dude. That's hilarious. I don't- it's really funny.
Anyways, yeah, I was that kind
Kids
of
at
nerd.
home, if you're looking for some more brain rot, look up ASDF. I promise you, it holds a lot more value than
Skibbity blue blop or-
cappuccino assassino. You know,
yeah,
that's
cappuccino, appuccino, whatever the
a-
fuck,
apata baba da boo.
whatever the fuck can
aperture
be playing
science
on
type
Roblox,
stuff.
dude.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's the type of nerd I was.
yeah. I was I struggle from the same like I had a different problem, but I struggle from the same outcome of that problem. I
Yeah.
had no friends. I had moved.
I was your friend.
Yeah, but
Kinda.
not in middle school.
Actually, middle school is kind of where we branched off and
Yeah.
didn't spend as much time together.
I mean, we were focusing on school. You know, that's what I think it is. I mean, we weren't focusing on school, but we had school all the time, and we weren't
Right.
trying to focus on out of school relationships.
Yeah.
I was actually trying to make friends at that time, which before I wasn't. In you had already done it in elementary school.
Yeah, I was out there.
Yeah.
I was one of those weird ass fucking kids. But everybody's a fucking weird kid in elementary school.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's elementary school.
But me and my friends, we would start whole entire games on the playground that the entire fucking school was playing with us.
Yeah, yeah.
At least the entire grade.
That's what it felt like.
That's actually a really funny story. Because that's how I met our tech guy.
Yeah, my
Nate's fiance.
Yeah.
And I knew his fiance as the weird kid who always wanted to be a baby in the playground games. That's how I knew his fiance.
Yeah.
Because we went to all the same schools. He was just he was a grade above me.
And I was in a different part of town.
Yeah.
We were in the same town, but we were in a different part of town.
He lived in the middle class side of town.
Yeah.
And
I went to the rich people school, and especially the middle school.
Yeah, you went to Ruth Oil, right?
Yes. Yeesh.
Yeesh.
I'm just saying.
So the way that our middle
I was
schools-
dealing with high school stuff in middle school because it was the rich middle school.
Yeah, the way that our middle schools were separated were pretty kind of classist.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, because you could put a label to each middle school. We have 4.
Yeah.
Right? One that he went to, that's where all the rich kids went to.
Yeah.
The one that I went to was where all the poor kids went to. And then there was one literally across the street from my middle school. That was the ghetto middle school. They had the most fights.
Ghetto.
They had the least, they had the
Careful
lowest.
there.
Huh?
Careful there.
What?
Ghetto. Careful. Just,
Shut up, man.
tread carefully, all right?
They had the lowest test scores. They had the most fights. And then there was the other one. That's where all the kids who are good at sports came from for some reason.
Yeah. So the one across the street from yours is where all the white kids that think they're gang members, all the little white boys with the lifted trucks, they think they're gang members. That's where they came from.
No, I don't remember now. Somehow, those ones either came from my middle school or they came from the third one that doesn't fit as well. Carl Stewart. A lot of them came from Carl Stewart.
Yeah.
But no, there was real ghetto gangsters you could get in middle school.
I mean, it's as real as you can get in fucking Conway, Arkansas.
There is some gang shit goes on out there.
There is some stuff, yeah.
You ever been to Pine Bluff?
Oh, no, I've never. I mean, I've been to Pine Bluff, yes.
You should not have been to Pine Bluff.
Pine Bluff sucks. Pine Bluff sucks.
It is one of the most crime-ridden cities in the country. It has one of the highest crime rates in the country.
Which is crazy because it's
crazy because it's in fucking Arkansas.
And it's not large either.
It's not big.
It's not a very big city.
Right.
Like people wise and actual square footage size. There's not much room to do crime.
But they do a
They
lot of
do
crime.
A lot of crime. And in other parts of the country they have other problems, but here they sell heroin. That's a big
thing that's been a problem in Arkansas recently has been fentanyl.
We've had I mean, that's all over the country, but for some reason here especially, probably because it's closer to the border and
we're not super far away from the border.
right, yeah.
And we're also right above Louisiana, which is on the Gulf. We're very close to 2 Gulf states.
Yeah.
And a lot of drug trafficking happens in the Gulf of
Yeah.
Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico.
We're not going to get into that, but yeah, the Gulf of Mexico, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, going back way back.
Yeah, we're supposed to be talking about comic books and shit.
I had a different problem. I had no friends.
Yeah.
And so
And he had access to the internet and video games.
Yeah,
So that kind of developed in different ways.
Yeah, so I still played video games at home, but when I was in class, I read books just the same. Different books.
This guy was over here reading Bone and Amulet while I was reading novels.
Whoa, dude. I was reading real books too, okay?
Oh, yeah?
I am a Goosebumps fan. Okay?
Okay.
Not Goosebumps, Fear Street, the one for
Adults.
well, it's for young adults,
See,
but yes.
here's the difference between me and you. In middle school, I refused to read a book that was under 400 pages long because it wasn't worth my time because I would finish it in a day.
That's a personality trait that I did
Yes.
not like about you very much. You're like, yeah, I'm too smart for
No, it just-
good books
it just
that are
wouldn't-
just too short.
It just wouldn't last long enough. That's the
Yeah.
issue. Because I would read it too fast, it wouldn't be worth my time.
Well, I was reading like
I don't feel that way anymore.
the 500-page like Fear Street like collections. Like sometimes you would find a good Fear Street book and it would be not just a good one, it would not be just be a good story. There would be 3 good stories in one whole book.
Right.
And
You want to know what was crazy, actually? I remember this now.
yeah.
In 6th grade, I read the whole It Chapter 1 book.
That's first of all,
It's
I
like
don't think
2,000 pages
I
long.
don't think anybody should be reading that book.
No.
because that book
you
is
should
not
read that book.
not good.
It's not good. It's bad.
It's not
terrible.
like Harry Potter. I've never read the books.
I like the Harry Potter books.
They might be better than the movies.
They
You
are
know,
better
Lord of the
than the
Rings. All those people say the books are better. Sure, I'll give it to you. I've never read them, so I really don't know. But if I
You
did,
sh-
I could
if you-
see that happening. But
you specifically, you should read the It books.
I have read them. I've
Oh,
read
okay.
them. And
It's an experience.
listen, man, Stephen King. I really enjoy Stephen King's work. I'm really excited for that new Weapons movie. I haven't seen it yet. It looks so good.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, hold on. Sidebar. Me and my partner got free tickets
Yeah.
from her dad to
You saw
go.
it?
We watched 30 minutes of it, and she got too scared. She wanted to leave.
I hate it when people do that so much.
And
Bye.
yeah, we left.
Bye.
We got up
go
and
on.
left.
I'm gonna watch it. Go, leave.
It was pretty. No, listen, I'm not a huge horror fan. I used to be a little scaredy ass bitch when I was a kid. I hated watching horror movies. I will watch
You
some
specifically
now.
hated it, right? The movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Watching the original OG movie, I was forced to watch it when it was around 9. I was like 9 years old.
Yeah.
And it was the most terrifying thing I'd ever seen in my entire life. So much so, you've watched Office Space, right?
Yeah.
You've seen the episode where they destroy the printer, not the scene where they destroy the
Yeah.
printer.
Yeah.
I did that
I
with
have a special edition of Office Space over there.
yeah, I did that with the It CD, not CD, but DVD.
Yeah. The original movie, I will also tell you, just like the book,
It's not good.
overrated, and it's a product of its time, right? Because
Yeah.
like back then, people for some reason really like to watch long and slow movies, and that's fine. Nowadays, not so much.
Anyways, back to Weapons. I don't like kids.
Mhm.
They're fucking weird. What
Fair
I
enough.
really dislike is freaky, creepy ass kids. And
freaky,
Weapons.
creepy kid.
Weapons has some freaky, creepy ass kids with fucking clown makeup on,
Ooh,
and their face was all distorted.
really
and
gotta watch this
stretched
movie.
out. Brr. I was freaked the fuck out.
yeah.
I could have stayed for the rest of the movie, but my partner, she was scared enough that she wanted to leave, so we just.
It's honestly, it's been a very long time since I've genuinely been freaked out by a horror movie.
You will probably be freaked out by this one. This one's pretty
Good.
freaky.
I want it though. I like it.
Yeah.
I work in a haunted
So,
house.
okay.
I love that stuff.
Let me preface this though. I had never heard of Weapons.
Right.
I didn't know what the fuck it was.
I've never heard of it.
Neither did my partner.
Yeah.
Our choices were between Weapons and some other bunk ass movie.
Fantastic Four.
No.
Superman. I don't know if Superman's still
Yeah,
in theaters.
that was our option. Either rewatch Superman or watch Weapons.
Okay, listen. I would rewatch Superman.
Not when you get free tickets to the AMC movie theater.
No, not with free tickets, and I have a choice of a movie I haven't seen.
Right.
But if somebody was like, "Yo, dog, you want to watch Superman again?" and I'm gonna pay for the ticket, I'd be like,
Right.
"That movie is peak."
Right.
That,
So-
like genuinely, I think that's the best superhero movie of all time.
Superman? Yeah.
Like actually, like better than all the Marvel movies. Definitely
you
better
mean
than all
You said
the
superhero.
superhero movie. Yeah, easily.
We can get into that. in a second. But
Okay.
neither
What
one
do
of
you-
us,
Black Widow.
neither
That
one of
movie was
us,
actually good.
neither one of us knew what Weapons was.
Yeah.
My partner had watched.
You knew it was a horror movie, though, right?
No,
You didn't know.
I heard Weapons.
Didn't do a lick of research.
I-
Just
we-
look it up
so,
at least. I mean,
we got
see
tickets-
Stephen King and like, okay, it's a horror movie.
So it was actually after our last podcast, after we recorded our last podcast last
Yeah.
week. I got a message like 30 minutes before I came for the podcast. Hey, we got these movie tickets. Do you want to go? I was like, yeah, sure. What are our options? And she said, we can either watch this Weapons movie or we can rewatch Superman. And I don't like rewatching movies that I've seen in theaters.
Yeah.
It's just dumb.
I mean, you might as well just watch it at home.
Right.
It's going to be on HBO.
So I was like, okay, Weapons. That sounds cool. I like
Yeah.
weapons. I like
You-
knives. I like
It's
guns.
nothing to do with weapons.
No, it doesn't.
That's nothing. I don't know why it called. I haven't seen it.
I know why it's called Weapons.
I can guess. I'm not going to because I don't want it to be
won't,
spoiled.
actually. I don't think you'll get it right.
Are they government experiments?
No.
The kids? Okay. I mean that's kind of a
They're
cliche. Okay. I don't want to know. I'm gonna watch it.
So we were interested enough in the movie. We wanted to know what happened. So on the drive home, she looked up a synopsis review,
Mhm.
and we read the whole plot online. She read it out loud while we were driving home.
There was a lot of spoilers, or a lot of twists and turns, right? A lot of
Yeah, actually.
what's the word? Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I don't remember that. Shut up. Anyways, back to what I was saying
I don't even remember.
before. Stephen King
Yeah, see,
is a great writer.
I didn't even know it was a Stephen King movie.
See, that's where you
That makes a lot of
got off.
sense.
Have you ever seen The Monkey?
No.
I love that movie, and a lot of people really, really hated it because it was a short story by Stephen King.
I know what
So-
the monkey is. I've read the short story.
Yeah,
I read it in a class.
They extended it by, I mean, like an hour
Yeah.
at least, right? The movie's like an hour and a half, so I mean, really, they expended. It's like a 5-minute short story, right?
Right.
I don't know
It's like a 3-page story.
if I was gonna turn that into a movie. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna expand on Stephen King's work. You're not gonna get better than Stephen King's writing, which for horror stuff,
For horror, probably not.
for the genre of horror that he does,
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna get better.
He kind of started the genre that he does.
I mean, yeah, which
He's kind of a pioneer in
with
horror.
like Maximum Overdrive, the Monkey, It. Those are really good stories, but the books are the It book. If you've never read it, I don't recommend it to anyone. Not to kids. Not just I don't
Do
recommend
not
it to
let
anyone.
your kid read
It's not
that
too
book.
scary. It's not. It's
Don't do it.
so fucking weird.
It's bad.
It is so weird. It's not.
It will legitimately. It probably changed my brain chemistry when I read it in 6th grade.
Yeah,
'Cause
fair
I
enough.
read that.
I mean, the things that are talked about and described in that book, and Stephen King being a really, really good writer.
No adult should
Yeah.
be describing the things that he described in that book. And there are people who disagree with these statements, and they are insane.
Yeah, because okay, I'm just gonna say it. There was a child group.
Orgy. It's called an orgy.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna say that word, but yeah, I mean, there was a child orgy at the end of it.
13. The oldest kid was 13, right?
Yeah, and
13, 14?
Yeah, and it was
That's fucking nuts,
in
dude.
real life. Hypersexuality is a trauma response from sexual assault, and
And I'm pretty sure this book was written in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s.
right. I mean,
which
so
was
it's
like
it's
the-
very far ahead of its time.
That was
That is
like
a
the
real
peak-
problem that nobody was actually talking
Right.
about.
And that was like the peak of the sexual revolution.
Right.
Like through the 70s and the 80s, people was out there fucking
Yeah.
like crazy.
But at
Like,
the end of the day,
that's when Woodstock happened. That's when
Oh my God.
fucking hippies
Yeah.
started happening. That's when people was out there smoking that
back when
grass, dude.
Woodstock wasn't just a bunch of rich people trying to recreate the first Woodstock.
Back when fucking Willie Nelson was out there toking
Oh,
out like fucking
snap.
crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's kind of the time frame for this book.
Right. But at
So
the
it
end
makes-
of the day, it's still children.
It's
And it's
Like, it's
just
something
weird.
that needed to be talked about, but that is not the way that it should have been brought up.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes...
Listen. I really do think that the horror genre as a whole always has really great messages behind it.
Yes. It's always got that shock and awe factor,
Right.
and sometimes you need that to address a topic.
It's a
but
really
not
great
this
way of
topic.
addressing certain topics.
This is not the topic
No.
that you need to address with shock and awe.
No, that's the kind of topic that you need to address with a therapist and another trusted adult in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not.
They did not keep that in the movie.
A genuinely good book.
It's
Like,
very well written.
The story
It's
itself.
very, very long.
Yeah,
It is 2 parts, and
Yeah.
each part is like 1,000 pages.
yeah.
It's long.
And when we say long, it's long for us.
Yeah.
And it's long for him. He reads. I read long books, but like 500 pages. He reads long books,
Like, long-ass fucking books.
but not that long.
yeah,
that's
it's
really
fucking
long.
crazy.
Crazy long, crazy weird. It's a weird.
It is a weird as fuck
It's
book.
so weird. And some of the things are like,
Especially when you're in 6th grade and you're supposed to be doing math and science.
and you're reading about
And
a
you're
child
reading-
orgy.
Yeah.
And I was like, where did you get that from? Did you get it from the
I
school
got
library?
it from a friend
Okay,
who
well,
I was in choir class with.
I have a copy and I got it from my mom, but yeah, I don't know why she.
I don't think
I
she- did she
I
read it?
don't think that she fully read the book before
Probably
giving
not.
it to me.
So the child orgy is actually in the 2nd book. I
Yeah.
read the 1st book,
Yeah,
so I didn't even know.
I didn't know that.
Child orgy is in the
Well, the
part
second
of it.
one's about the adults, though, right?
Yeah. They relive the child orgy it's like a flashback when they're
Yeah, so
adults.
Something I actually that's something I didn't like about the new It movies is they had
It was like that-
flashbacks
it was
that
like
just
that,
weren't
so-
in the movie.
It was like that in the first movie. The
Yeah.
whole movie was a flashback. It
Yeah.
started out with the adults, and then it slowly started to kind of ease
The
into
original
kids.
Stephen King's It,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
The
yeah,
original movie.
yeah.
And that's kind of how the first book started too.
Yeah.
But the whole book was
A long,
told-
long time ago in Derry, Maine,
Yeah.
there was a boy with a stutter, and he got bullied, and
He wore a raincoat.
he wore a raincoat. No, I'm talking about his brother, Billy.
Huh. Oh.
Georgie did not have a stutter.
Oh.
I mean, I
Dude,
don't know if he had a
I
stutter.
completely
guess. He
blocked
was
that
there
fucking
for like
movie
5.
out of my head.
That movie is so good. It is such a good
The
movie. The
original?
new one. The
I-
original,
I didn't watch all of the new
at
ones.
the end of the day, the original has a good story. It's just not as good. It can't keep up. It's too
It's-
slow.
I kind of like a slow burn.
Not for horror movies.
Yeah, not horror movies.
And like, I can appreciate like my
See,
favorite horror
a
series.
lot of Stephen King's older movies,
Yeah,
when it was turned into a movie, a lot of it was like a suspense.
yeah.
Like it kept you in suspense the whole
Right.
fucking movie.
I mean, that's
Because that was
a
his,
book. You can't
that was-
jump scare a
right.
book.
that was his style of storytelling.
Right.
They kind of just took the book and made it into the movie,
Right.
and it was still kind of book formatted.
And back
Nowadays-
then, it was more about the story,
Right.
not the
Nowadays
money.
it's all about bah!
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
like it-
yeah, they want to scare you.
And they're a lot better about changing books into actual scripts now.
Yeah. Because the reason you watch a movie instead of a book is
Which is
because
crazy.
it's faster paced.
If you're gonna watch a movie and there's a book version, read the book, then watch the movie, in my opinion.
I mean, I disagree with that, but I do think that if you really like a movie, a lot of times people don't even know there's a book.
There are some books that are so much better than the movies that you should not watch the movie.
But some people don't have a good enough imagination to do that. You know,
Okay,
to read a whole book.
Let me give you an example. My favorite book of all time, favorite book series,
It's
favorite
Percy
book.
Jackson.
No.
Really?
That's another example, but this one is way more severe. So my favorite book of all time is Aragon. It's a book about
Where
dragons.
do I know that name? Oh, he named his D&D character after Aragorn one time, right?
Yeah, I named it
Yeah.
after a character it was Phelan.
Yeah.
I named it after a character
Yeah,
who
you told
actually
me that.
died in the first chapter.
I was like,
of the first
where
book.
do I know that name from?
Right. So,
You told me it was from Aragorn.
anyways, there is a movie adaptation of the first book,
Really?
and
That's probably terrible.
it is legitimately one of the worst movies I have ever watched in my entire life.
Yeah, the only reason.
And I have watched a lot of bad movies.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
You know what Disco
Joker
Worms
2?
is?
Disco Worms. Excuse me.
I watched that movie on repeat when I was a kid. Have
Okay.
you ever seen a clip of a worm with an afro and he was going?
He's got hands.
No, he's doing that with his tail. I watched that movie on fucking repeat when I was
What?
a kid.
I've never seen that before. That's
Yeah,
crazy. What?
I know. I have watched a lot of bad, strange movies because
Yeah.
they're cheap.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we would go to Walmart and we would go to like the 25-cent bin and we would just pick a handful of movies and that's what we
I
would
love
watch.
DVDs so much. I haven't
Streaming's
listened,
better.
man. No, it really isn't. Because
I don't know if that picked up on the mic or not, but that was thunder.
that was like half a mile away. That was really close. But
yeah, it was pretty close. It was really loud.
the reason I like movies better than streaming services, genuinely. And the only reason is, the biggest reason anyways, is that when you buy a movie, and it's a good movie at least, you can watch that movie forever. Until the disc breaks. But that's not likely to happen if you take care of it. Yeah, if you take care of it, you
when
can
I was
watch
a kid,
that movie.
we did not take care.
Yeah, but
we
it
did
was
not
also
take care of our
Disco
movies.
Worms. It wasn't good. It wasn't good movies.
Anyways,
If it's a bad movie, I mean,
there,
it sucks.
so that is an example of how bad the Aragon movie is. It's
Yeah.
worse than fucking Disco Worms.
Which is crazy because you really liked the
I
book.
love the book so much. I have reread that entire book series at least 3 times.
Jesus Christ. How do you do that? Because, like, I could rewatch a movie.
Right. And you notice different nuanced things every time. And
But-
every time I read this book
But,
series,
like, you're reading every detail. Every detail is going through your head. When watching a movie, some things are, like,
So,
in the background and you're not really...
one thing that I can do, I don't know if it's like a normal thing. I've seen like clips on like Instagram and TikTok that say that it's not normal. So there are some people out there who cannot imagine pictures.
Yeah.
Right? There's some people who can only imagine colors, only imagine numbers. I might just be trumping this up and trying to make myself sound special. But I can imagine
Yeah, I mean...
I can imagine any way that I want to. I can picture a crystal clear image in my head. I can make it move. I can change the color of it. I can change the shapes. I can change, like right now, I can lock a picture in my brain. I can almost see it in front of my eyes, like it's there. And I can look at it. I can move it. It's almost like, you watch Iron Man,
Yeah.
how he's got that, the display.
Zooming in hands.
Right. I can do that with my imagination, and I can project it.
Oh, you're
my
talking about the heads-up display?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
when I close my eyes, I can almost project that into my ocular nerves, and I can see it. So whenever I read a book, I can create it in my head like it's a movie.
Right.
Right. So the movie that I made for this book
Was very different.
was entirely, almost in every single way, different than the actual movie.
Fair enough.
And every time I read the book, I can change the movie. I can make everybody look different. I can see it in a different light. I can create a background that I didn't create before with different descriptors that I can process in a different way than the first time I read it.
Right. How were the dragon designs in the real movie? I'm sure that's probably the biggest selling point about a dragon story is the dragon designs. Because if that's bad, go home.
Dude.
You know, they were bad, right? Like were they? What I'm assuming this movie is like late 2000s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
And it was probably, that CGI was not good. So is it bad because of the time, or is it bad because they just designed it badly?
So it's bad for multiple reasons. The biggest reason, in my opinion, is that the author did not have anything to do with the creative process.
I
in
hate
this
that,
movie.
dude. I hate
And that ruins a book movie.
That always
Unless it's Harry Potter. Because J.K. Rowling should not have anything to do with any production of anything. Let me preference
Dude,
that.
I genuinely thought J.K. Rowling was a grown man
I
my
thought,
entire life until like a few years ago, whenever she blew up for like the whole thing that she was doing. Um,
yeah, in the CGI, I'm trying to find a way to.
which season of the Flash is the CGI? Is it first season, like genuinely pretty good, or is it
It's
like
like third season.
okay, so
Like
like getting bad?
when they first introduced King Shark type level.
Ooh, yeah. So not great, not like the worst CGI in the world. I mean, I've seen worse.
Okay, think of a movie that has the worst CGI that you can think of right now.
Uh, I don't know, like the Flash, the movie. I was just talking about the Flash. So then
Worse.
worse than that. Uh, Thor Ragnarok. That wasn't that bad. Uh, ooh. Uh, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
Worse. Let me hold on.
The backgrounds were really good in that movie, but pretty much everything else, especially everything like close up to the
So
camera,
this
was
movie
terrible.
came
That
out.
eyeball on his forehead.
This movie came out in 2006, right?
2006. That's when I was born. By the way, that's 19 years old. Jeez,
This
that guy's
that's
old.
that's the cover.
Oh, they like put this on the cover. They like
That's the cover of the movie.
they advertised this. Like they wanted people to see that. It's terrible. That's so bad. I'm gonna put a picture up on the
Look
screen.
at this dragon, dude.
I mean, that's not a dragon, but it's not that
Okay,
bad.
okay.
That's like a
Now,
griffin.
yeah. Now I'm
Why
gonna
does it
show
have
you
feathers?
a picture.
Dragons don't have feathers, guys.
Now I'm gonna show you what
They're not dinosaurs.
I'm gonna show you what the cover of the book dragon looks like.
A lot cooler, right?
That's one dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So these are all
It's
the
very
dragons
different.
from the series.
Yeah. They're that's weird. They're very human-like dragons.
Because they are.
Yeah. I mean, in like D&D, if you didn't know, dragons have a higher intelligence than humans and like all the other races.
That's kind of so the dragons in Aragon are pretty reminiscent of the dragons from D&D.
like they have genuine personalities and they're actual people, just
Yes.
shapes of
So,
dragons.
The dragons in Aragon, they are like a higher being of species. They
Okay.
are kind of the embodiment of the world's magic.
Okay.
So this world, the magic system is kind of integrated into almost like the fabric of the universe, right?
Yeah.
And just by existing in a space, the fabric of that magic around a dragon can change
Okay.
and alter. Just by the dragon existing, it can literally change the fabric of it can literally change the magic that creates the fabric of this universe just by
Okay.
existing in that space.
So if there was like a
And they have their level of intelligence, like their intellect exists in a different space.
okay,
So
that's kind of weird.
it is kind of weird. They have so the way that these dragons work, they have a gem in their chest that kind of functions as a heart until a dragon dies, and then they can transfer their consciousness into that gem, and then it exists in. So it's almost kind of like the Speed Force in Flash,
Uh-huh.
like it's another interdimensional entity.
So they like draw from
They
they
draw
draw their
from
power
the-
from that.
They draw from the and when their body dies, their soul and their consciousness reverts into that gem,
Right.
and then it kind of becomes part of the magic fabric of the universe.
Do they also bullshittily bring people back from that for no reason?
No, not really.
Not exactly like the Speed
Once the
Force
dragons, so the gem heart is called the Eldenari, right?
thing. Mhm.
And once the dragon's consciousness,
Yeah, it's just made up shit.
yeah. Once the dragon's consciousness transfers into the gem, it's there.
Okay.
It cannot return to its body.
Yeah.
Because its body is dead.
Right.
But
So it's
Yeah.
more like just heaven. They're like angels essentially,
kinda, yeah.
or like like Greek gods.
Yes. So one thing that does change, so they lose their body, but when they become an Eldenari, it kind of gives their mind and their consciousness access to the fabric, like the magic fabric of the universe.
Okay.
They can kind of sense and control and see through that.
So are any of the villains dragons?
The main villain of the story is a dragon rider, and his dragon, he kind of did like fucked up psychological and physical experiments.
I love a good story about magic that has like science in it.
I think you should read Aragon. I think everybody should read Aragon.
I'm gonna watch the movie. Don't look at that.
Okay, so
I'm gonna read the books first.
Another thing that's really cool.
How many books are there?
There's 4 in the base series.
And how many? A lot of pages.
Yeah. Okay. A lot of pages. So we have an aunt, right? She loves books. She's a huge book nerd.
And she's really smart.
She is really smart.
Yeah, she's a teacher.
Yeah. This is also at least one of her top 3 book series of all time. And it's one of the things that we nerd about.
I'm going to read that. I'm going to read that.
I have all the copies of the books if you would like to borrow them.
Oh, yeah. She bought them for you, right?
Yes.
Slowly on like birthdays and Christmas and stuff. Yeah. All right.
I think I have to get them back from my sister.
Do you make her read it too?
Yeah. And she really liked it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think you're thinking of the right sister. I'm talking about Leah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Cece.
Not Cece.
Doesn't.
She's
not dumb or anything, but she does not strike me as a reader.
She does watch this, so that's funny.
Right. You don't strike me as a reader. You're smart. You're a smart person, genuinely, but you don't.
Sometimes.
He can say what he wants. You are. I do think you're a smart person. I just don't think that you would sit down and read a book.
Not like this.
That's not for everybody. You know.
Yeah.
Like my dad. Smart.
Very smart person.
Very smart person. I don't strike him as a reader. He does read sometimes.
He does read, but not those kind of books. He reads like Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, like some lame book, like Hatchet.
Okay, hold on. That's actually a good book.
No.
Have you read it?
Yes. My dad made me read it. He thought it was the best book in the world. I read it.
When you're made to read something, it's not.
Hunger Games. It is a good story, but they make you read it in school. It is not good.
So they make you read the first.
You read the whole thing.
I read the whole thing.
Okay. You read every single one of them.
Yes, I did.
Are the movies better?
No.
Okay.
They're not very good. They're not very accurate.
Well, that happens.
That's another thing. Do not get me started about the fucking Harry Potter movies. The books.
They're not accurate. They're not accurate. They're not accurate.
They're not.
J.K. Rowling said that Hermione was supposed to be disabled. So, I mean, like she was in a wheelchair, right?
No.
They never mentioned that in the books, but she said that, right? So, like, in the movie, it's definitely not accurate, right?
J.K. Rowling may have written those books, but she is not allowed to say anything about them anymore. She has no creative control over those books anymore.
I mean, you can't change the book. They're already there.
She wrote the book, and she actively tries to change it after it's written. Like that bullshit about the wheelchair.
The wheelchair.
Not once is it ever alluded to. There's no context clues. Hermione Granger is not in a fucking wheelchair, dude.
She's not. No. And this isn't like...
You want to know why she's disabled?
Why?
Because she's a fucking mudblood.
Fair enough.
You know what that means?
Yeah, I know what that means.
Okay.
I've seen the movies.
That's why J.K. Rowling
I've seen all the movies, and I've read the first 1.5 books. Whenever I was into Harry Potter, big quotes there, I was in a Harry Potter.
Your sister was really into Harry Potter.
Yeah, she was. She has I have the entire movie set from her, because she didn't want any
movies.
They're good.
They're good movies.
They're
most,
okay.
Most of them are good movies. There's some bad ones.
The first one's really good.
The
second one's a little worse, but still really good.
Yeah. The third one's really good. Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah, I was in a Harry Potter club.
I was too.
I had a girlfriend at the time, and she really, really liked Harry Potter. And
which girlfriend was this?
This guy also dated this girlfriend, which happened twice, actually, weirdly enough. But We're not gonna
We're
get into
very
that.
similar people. We have similar tastes.
And both times, neither of us knew.
That's not true.
Well, I knew that you dated.
I knew that you dated her first.
Okay, well, never mind. They were very far apart, and
There was, the first one. There was a decent amount of time
there was
between the end of his
yeah.
and the beginning.
I mean, mine was in middle school. His was in what, early high school, late
Not great.
junior high.
Late junior high.
Which some places don't have junior high. Junior high is 8th and 9th
The
grade
vast
for us.
majority of places do not have junior
Maturity.
high.
Majority. Yeah. So, but anyways, I was in a Harry Potter club, and we watched every movie.
Yep. We watched every movie
Throughout
and we
the
read
whole year.
every book.
We didn't read the books like in the club, but my girlfriend made me read the first one.
Yeah, we were in our club. We were separated by our houses, and
I mean, we were kind of separated.
We
I mean, I was in
went
Slytherin.
full into it.
So I mean, we didn't actually
We would be a
have.
fucking Slytherin.
I know that. I know I wouldn't be a Slytherin. Slytherin's the coolest, but I would
No.
not be a Slytherin.
He would not be a Slytherin. This dude is a Gryffindor through and through.
What?
I mean that. I mean that as an insult.
Dang, man.
You don't know
What are you, a Hufflepuff?
I was a Ravenclaw.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Because they're like the smart people.
Yep.
They're like the
bookie, nerdy, people.
douchebaggy, like, I'm smarter than you people.
The only reason Hermione Granger wasn't a Ravenclaw was because she was a main character.
Well, I mean, she was a main character. She has to be Gryffindor. No matter what, you know.
And who do we know that has main character syndrome?
I do not have main character syndrome, okay? There's no syndrome. I just am the main character. That's what it is. I'm sorry. It sucks that you have to be a side character that gets his own spinoff show. But sorry.
Name one time the original show is better than the side character spinoff.
Sons of Anarchy. Walking Dead.
Okay.
I
I actually liked Fear the Walking Dead better than the original.
I would say The Flash, but The Flash show was actually the spinoff.
Yeah.
so never mind.
Okay,
about
that's
that.
actually another example because I like the Arrow better than the Flash.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Like
Yeah.
the entire show versus the entire show. The first
Maybe
few
not.
seasons versus the first. Well, not even really. What's better about it? Lamer character.
No. I disagree.
So you fully genuinely like Green Arrow
Yes.
as a character.
Not most of the way that he is in the comics, I don't like.
Oh man, he's a
fucking
douchebag in the
douchebag.
comics.
But
He's gotten better actually.
the
recently in the
Arrowverse Flash. So actually, if you've been keeping up with the current comics, the
Absolute Green
the
Arrow.
Absolute universe
Yeah,
is
I
the
didn't
current
even-
story right now.
Well, that's like the Darkest Night, like kind of the current side story.
Yeah.
They kind of
An Absolute Green Arrow is fucking crazy.
really
Yeah.
crazy. Like
He's pretty similar to the Green Arrow from the show. And if you've watched the show, he is a lot different than in the comics.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
he's a better fighter. He's
not as much of an
stealthier.
asshole.
He's not as much of an asshole. He's basically Batman. He's a lot closer to actually Batman than in the comics. But he is just a straight up murderer. He's kind of like
that
in
makes
the
sense.
first couple of seasons of Green Arrow of the Arrow, he is Batman who will literally just straight up murder people.
There's nothing like Batman then.
And not in the comics.
The no kill rule for Batman is very quintessential to his character.
That's true. There have been a lot of iterations of Batman who don't have that, is just
It's
like
just not
literally a
Batman.
villain.
It's, to me, the biggest thing is that he is not mentally well.
Yeah. So in the
In-
Arrow, when he first comes back from Lian Yu, or
Right.
whatever the fuck, however the
Because
fuck
his
you wanna
plane
say it.
crashed, right?
His boat crashed.
His boat
He
crashed.
was on a yacht. He was a
Tony Stark douchebag.
Yes, Tony Stark douchebag. Honestly, probably on another level. He
Well,
was
the,
like,
the movies don't portray it as much as it does in the comics.
right. So he was kind of like Bruce Wayne level of Playboy billionaire, but with Tony Stark's
Not as much money, though.
genes. Yes.
Bruce Wayne's got more money. And more money than all of them? Obviously Black Panther. But he also owns a country, so that's not
He
fair.
runs a fucking country.
King of Wakanda, most money in all of superhero media.
That's just how that works.
I mean, that just makes sense.
Yeah.
Like even more than like Doctor Doom with Latveria,
because Latveria is a little tiny ass country.
it's like
Canonically,
it's like a small Germany.
Canonically, Wakanda is the most technologically advanced and civilized country
Yeah.
in the universe.
Yeah, because nobody cares about Atlantis.
Because
Namor's lame.
Namor's Land.
And I feel like
I didn't even watch that movie.
Black Panther 2 was really good.
I didn't watch it.
It was one of those movies that was really long. So I didn't like it that much, and I also don't like Ironheart, which I feel like I'm not alone on that either.
I didn't watch it. I don't really. Okay, so
I do really like Shuri as a character, and I feel like it had a lot
this
of
conversation short, but we are at an hour and 21 minutes. 22 minutes.
Probably gonna try to cut this down to like an hour.
Yeah, and I have stuff to do.
Yeah,
and I got to be there at 1:00. It is currently an hour.
All right. Well,
so I've got to go.
Yeah,
and we have a bad habit of running our episodes long, as you can tell.
Yeah. We said we're gonna keep it to an hour minimum, and every time we've gone over an hour.
We're very tangential people. That's a real word.
Elaborate.
We go on tangents.
Yeah, sure.
We will find
That's totally
a rabbit hole inside of a rabbit hole inside of a rabbit hole, as you can tell, because we started this conversation with the military.
Well, and then there's at the bottom of the rabbit hole, there's really like an anthill with a bunch more.
Yeah, and we explained the whole caste system in our town so that I could tell a story about wrestling for a book with my 5th grade math teacher.
Oh, I'm going to tell one more story, okay? It's going to be short, I swear.
I got to leave in 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, it'll definitely be shorter than that. So
like I have to be driving away from here in 10 minutes.
The story that you told about the teacher trying to snatch the book away, I have less reaction time than you.
Right.
So my math teacher, when she went to take my book when I was reading in class after finishing my homework, I had no more work to do. She took it.
It's always a fucking math teacher.
I don't know why. They always have a problem with reading, and it's it's a different genre. I don't know. But she took my math book, or my Goosebumps book, and threw it across the room. Like, she genuinely threw my book.
That's destruction of public property. That is crime.
Well, it was my book.
Private property.
It was my book, and I don't remember where I think I got it for my birthday or something. But so my dad.
What was you said it was Bone?
No, this was a Goosebumps book.
Goosebumps.
It was one of the big ones too. So if that hit somebody, it would have hurt.
Yeah.
It was a softback, so it wouldn't have hurt that much, but it would hurt a little bit. Hey, yeah, shut up. Anyways, so my dad's a crash out when it comes to his kids.
That's true.
And especially in middle school, which was Ruth Doyle, every single time that he went up to the school to talk to the principal,
they had to have a prep meeting for this guy.
Right. He would come in and they would close the door. They wouldn't do that for anybody else. The door would be open.
They would lock down the office so this dude came in there.
Yeah, so my dad got in there and he was yelling, and he was yelling so loud that the door was closed to the principal's office, and I could hear him. And those rooms are usually noise canceling, so
they try.
This one was made of glass, so it wasn't, but sometimes they are.
They should be. Because that is a private conversation.
Right, yeah. So he was yelling at the principal. He was yelling at the teacher. I was so close to getting ISS for arguing with the teacher about throwing my book. And we got in the principal's office, and I got to tell my story, and then they made me sit out of the room after I told my part of the story, right? And then when I got taken home from school that day, my dad was like, yeah, so she said she was tossing the book. And we had a long conversation about how that's the same as throwing, and that was what they were yelling about, is that she said tossing when she threw it, and like he's right, they are synonymous to each other. They do technically mean the same thing, tossing and throwing.
Yeah,
but like
it's a different level.
she just meant she was, you know, not, you know. So,
she wasn't fucking Tom Brady mocking
right,
that bitch.
and she did throw it in her book corner. She did have a book nook. Weirdly enough, for a math teacher, she had a little book corner where you could read book. Nobody ever used
Anybody
it.
who is a book person would never throw a book like that.
Mm-mm.
Because that's like sacrilege.
Yeah, especially somebody else's book.
I shouldn't say that. Well, no, the comparison I was going to make might make some people mad.
I think I can. What are you looking at?
The camera. Looking at the people, man.
I think I can assume what he was saying. All right, but anyways, we got to end it.
Yep.
We're not cutting it short or anything, but I will see you guys next week on Friday at 6.
Oh.
Yeah, up there.
Yeah, I pointed at the wrong thing.
You'll be back.
I'll be here. I'll be back.
Yeah, so we probably will do another live.
And we seems like our audience kind of likes the live comment interaction better.
Yeah.
So we might be doing that more often. We do have a guest in mind for our next episode. He really wants to get on the show. He's been asking.
Yeah.
If we hadn't already planned for this to be kind of just the two of us nerding out,
right?
As you can tell by the title, he would have probably been our guest for this episode.
And with Blevin being busy on Friday, and me being busy on Saturday, we couldn't just move it to Saturday.
Right.
And
so
I didn't want to move it all the way to Sunday. So
this is pre-recorded.
Right.
You can still leave a comment. We'll still see it. We both have access to the channel.
Mm-hmm.
You can message our Instagram if there's something that you really just want us to look at.
Yeah, you can message. You can message my Instagram. You can message Nader and the Haterz Instagram, or you can message in my Discord.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's been this episode.
We will probably see the Discord message sooner because there's actually nobody in it except for people that I know. But I do still respond to every comment that I have. And this is another thing that I said this in another podcast. I can't promise that I will answer every comment because if we blow up overnight and we get 2,000 comments, I'm not writing 2,000 comments. That's just, I mean, that's not, I feel like that's completely fair.
Yeah.
But
we will try to get around to your comment.
Right.
But I've got to go. That's been this week's episode. We will see you guys Friday at 6.
Yep. Bye-bye.